Balancing gaming and this passion for gaming is, well, not as simple as one might seem. You see, I'm a family man, and maybe some of you guys are too, because this target audience is seemingly more and more parents, which is really exciting because it gives me someone to relate to. But when it comes to this gaming hobby, it has become interesting over these past few years, especially given the fact that I have made it a public hobby that I share with you guys. So tell me, if this ever happens to you, you go to sit down, hold on one second, and you sit down, so tell me if this ever happens to you, you go to sit down to play your video games, and you don't know what to play. You have hundreds of games in your backlog, yet you don't know what to select. You go and cycle through subscription services, the stores, to figure out what to do next, and end up spending 20 to 30 minutes just browsing. And you see, this is where the balance comes in. I'm sitting, wanting to play video games, and I have other responsibilities. Not ones that need my attention immediately, right? I don't need every waking moment to be sitting next to my kid, right? It's okay for my kid to play by herself or to play with her brother or to be with my wife. But still, what it means is that I'm not doing something else. I'm just enjoying something on my own, and the balance is odd. It's really odd. I love what I do. It's awesome. I get to use tech, play with tech, share it with you guys, share that experience. But what it ends up doing is it ends up making the experience, well, not as exciting for me. I don't enjoy, like I used to, sitting down and playing video games. In fact, when I sit down to play a video game, a bunch of things are rushing through my head. Is this something I should be making a video about? Is this something I should be streaming? And that is how it is all the time. So then I turn to other hobbies. A new one that I've been doing recently is reading through comics. I've been trying to get into manga, but that's not really my cup of coffee as much as comics, especially because of the subject matter. I am a huge Star Wars fan, massive Star Wars fan. I got Star Wars tattoos. And the comics let me explore more of the Star Wars universe that I otherwise don't know much about. But back to what I was saying. So if you do what you love for work, you'll never work a day of your life. Well, I do what I love for work, but it's a lot of work. A lot. Now, I understand the sentiment, right? I get to wake up and explore the world of video games and share that with you guys. And that's awesome. But it's still work, right? It's better than going to the Apple store and working at the Genius Bar and getting yelled at by people because of their broken cables, but still, it's still work. Now, I don't want this to be mistaken for complaining, because by no means do I feel like this sucks. It doesn't. It's awesome. But what I more want it to be is an open dialogue. In fact, I've always wanted this to be more of an open dialogue. The whole purpose of this channel was to be a visual representation of me and what I love. And so I decided to go down one path because that's how YouTube works right now. But this is a little peer into where my mind is, how my mind works, and maybe as to why this channel has changed so many times. Nothing's changing. I just feel like today is the day to express myself and to talk about things. And so as the day goes on, and whenever you watch this, we are currently at a time in the world where there's a lot of things going on, right? There are plenty of things. And if you watch this a year down the road, there's going to be another thing that's happening. I think that what I'm learning from a lot of this is that priorities and different things are important, but there shouldn't be anything that exists that is more important than family. And I have become so grateful for the time I spend with my family, and so grateful for the time I get to spend because of doing something like this, that I am becoming more self-aware of my time, especially because I have less and less of it to myself as things move forward. I really, really enjoy everything that I'm doing here, and I hope that this grows to a place where it can really grant me more time with my family. And that's the whole purpose here. I really think that this gaming space is special because we are a community of people that have a passion for these stories that exist digitally. And it's always something that I've had a passion for. I hope and pray that this space can become something that is big enough for more people to feel included, And so that this time dedicated here yields that fruit. Again, this space, this channel specifically, was always supposed to be and will always be a visual representation of who I am, Julian Melnick. I change a lot internally. I wrestle and I deal with different ideas, and I hope that I can share those with you guys moving forward as much as possible. But for today, that's all I got. It's a little update, fun talk, whatever it may be. Hopefully you got something from it. Let me know if you're ever in this spot. I'd love to talk to you. Join the Discord. Have some fun there. It's free. As much of my stuff that I do, I try to make free. But most of all, happy gaming.